Imagine this. A young man, just 28 years old, steps into an airport with a ticket home in his pocket. He's been on a dream vacation, soaking up the sun with friends, but now something's off. His eyes dart around, his hands tremble, and then, without warning, he bolts. He abandons his wallet, his phone, his passport, everything, and sprints out of the terminal over a fence and into a field of towering sunflowers. That's the last anyone ever sees of him. This isn't a movie script. This is the real, spine-chilling story of Lars Mittank, a German tourist whose vanishing in 2014 has left the world baffled, obsessed, and whispering, "What the hell happened?" A holiday gone. Horribly wrong. Lars Joachim Mittank was an ordinary guy from Itzehoe, Germany, an engineer with a steady job, a love for soccer, and a yen for adventure. In June 2014, he jetted off with a group of buddies to Golden Sands, a buzzing resort town on Bulgaria's Black Sea coast. Picture it: golden beaches, cheap drinks, and endless nightlife. For a week, it was paradise. But on July 6th, just 2 days before their flight home, paradise cracked. It started with a bar fight. Lars, a die-hard Werder Bremen fan, got into a heated spat with some Bayern Munich supporters over, what else, soccer. Words turned to fists, and somewhere in the chaos, Lars vanished from his friend's sight. He didn't stumble back to the hotel until the next morning, bruised and battered, claiming he'd been jumped by 4 men. His jaw ached, his ear throbbed, and a doctor confirmed the damage: a ruptured eardrum. Flying was out of the question. Cabin pressure could shred what was left of his hearing. His friends offered to stay, but Lars waved them off. "Go home," he said, cool as ever. "I'll be fine." He wasn't. The descent into paranoia. After his pals boarded their flight, on July 7th, Lars checked into Hotel Color Varna, a budget spot near the airport. That's when the weirdness kicked in. Hotel CCTV caught him pacing the halls like a caged animal, peering out windows, even hiding in an elevator for no clear reason. At 1 a.m., he slipped out into the night, gone for an hour before slinking back. Where did he go? No one knows. Then came the phone call that still haunts his mother, Sandra Mittank. In a hushed, frantic whisper, Lars told her, "People are trying to kill me. Cancel my credit cards." She could hear his heart pounding through the line, a drumbeat of raw terror. "He sounded like he was running from something," Sandra later said. "I knew my son was in danger, but from what? From who?" The footage showed no shadowy figures, no pursuers, just Lars unraveling alone. By morning, he was at Varna Airport, ready to fly home. He texted his mom, "I'm here, safe." But safe was the last thing he'd be, the airport sprint that shocked the world. Lars needed a doctor's okay to board the plane, so he stepped into the airport clinic. Dr. Kostov examined him and found him fit to fly despite the ear injury. But Lars wasn't himself. He was nervous, erratic, Kostov recalled. His hands shook. He kept asking about the antibiotics I prescribed. Then, the moment that flipped everything upside down, a construction worker walked in, part of the airport's ongoing renovation, and Lars lost it. "I don't want to die here," he shouted, voice cracking with panic. "I have to get out." Before anyone could react, he was gone, bolting from the office, leaving his backpack, wallet, phone, and passport behind. Airport security cameras tracked his desperate escape. A yellow t-shirt flashing through the terminal, out the doors across the parking lot. He didn't stop. He scaled a 2-meter barbed wire fence like it was nothing, plunged into a field of sunflowers taller than a man, and vanished into the Bulgarian wilderness. 16 million people have watched that footage on YouTube, frame by chilling frame. It's earned Lars the grim title of the most famous missing person on YouTube. But fame doesn't find a missing man. Theories that twist the mind. What drove Lars to run? The theories are as wild as they are unsettling, each one peeling back a layer of this maddening mystery. The psychotic break. Start with the obvious. Lars took a blow to the head in that bar. Fight. Maybe a concussion no one caught. Add the stress of being stranded alone in a foreign country and you've got a recipe for a mental snap. His paranoia, the pacing, the whispers, it all fits a first-break psychosis, a sudden plunge into delusions. Experts say a head injury could trigger it, even in someone with no history of mental illness. Was he seeing pursuers who weren't there? Hearing threats in the hum of the airport? The antibiotic angle. Then there's the medication, cefuroxime, prescribed for his ear. Some antibiotics can mess with your head, causing anxiety or hallucinations, but Dr. Kostov dropped a bombshell. He never filled the prescription. So scratch that. Or did he get something else off the books that night he disappeared from the hotel? Something stronger, darker, foul play. Here's where it gets sinister. What if those 4 men from the bar didn't let it go? Lars told his mom he was being followed. Maybe he wasn't imagining it. Bulgaria's got a murky underbelly. Human. Trafficking and organized crime aren't unheard of. Did he stumble into something bigger? A drug deal? A revenge hit? And pay the ultimate price? His body's never been found. But sunflowers hide more than just shadows. The conspiracy spiral. Online sleuths have gone full tilt bonkers. Was Lars a drug mule who panicked at the last second? A victim of organ trafficking snatched in broad daylight? Some even whisper the Bulgarian government hushed it up to protect tourism. No evidence backs these, but the lack of answers fuels the fire. A German trucker swore he picked up a hitchhiker resembling an older Lars in 2019, driving from Dresden to Brandenburg. A tantalizing lead or just wishful thinking? The search that never ends. Bulgarian police scoured the woods, the fields, the highways. Nothing. Sandra hired a private investigator, Andreas Gutig, who combed hospital records for nameless patients. Zilch. Interpol got involved. Germany's BKA too. Still, Lars was a ghost. His mom clings to hope, plastering "Find Lars Mittank" across Facebook, printing flyers by the thousand. He's out there, she insists. Maybe he lost his memory. A sighting here, a rumor there, none confirmed. The trail's ice cold, but the questions burn hotter than ever. Lars was no survivalist despite some hunting skills. Bulgaria's summers are brutal. Heat stroke could have taken him in days. No food, no water, no shelter, yet no remains? That's the kicker. In a world of satellites and surveillance, how does a man just evaporate? A haunting legacy. 10 years later, Lars Mittank's face stares out from missing posters frozen at 28. His story's a global obsession. Podcasts dissect it. Reddit threads explode with theories, and that grainy CCTV clip loops endlessly. It's not just the mystery, it's the humanity. A guy like us on a trip like ours, swallowed by the unknown in seconds. His friends replay that last goodbye, wondering if they should have stayed. His mom hears his voice in her dreams, pounding, heart and all. So here's the hook that'll keep you up tonight. If you were alone in that airport, heart racing, shadows closing in, would you run too? And if you did, where would you go that no one could ever find you? Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.